Welcome to another episode of the Married Game Podcast with a voice you trust when it comes to lust, and we are who you hire when she lacks desire. Our stuff, Married Game, is not necessarily for the masses, but today Jesse and I are going to play a game while we wear our glasses. Of Jesse Joy. You weren't expecting that, were you?
No.
No,
now I want to say why I'm wearing my glasses.
Tell them why you're wearing your glasses.
Well,
Jesse.
I got a laser, ladies, whoever listens to this, and it made my face puffy, so I'm trying to hide it a little bit.
Yeah, and I said in honor of that, I will wear my hat and sunglasses so that we can be the glasses-wearing team together.
We're so cute, aren't we?
My gosh, you know what?
So
Why
supportive.
not? Yeah, here we are. Well, we had a good weekend.
We did.
Tell us about what that was like to have your man be such an amazing leader.
That was so needed for us because we've been going through a lot of moving or Jovi frustrations with her, preteen, yada yada. So I feel like we wanted a really good date. And in our new house, it's super cool. So you probably thought, let's have a staycation at home instead of a staycation at a hotel, which Jovi was slept over somewhere. So it was so fun. We went to my favorite dinner spot, and that's my favorite baked lobster. It's so good. And then you set up the upstairs, rooftop with these little, flameless candles and rose petals, and turned on the hot tub. So it was really nice.
Mm-hmm. How'd
you feel doing that?
That's the thing that I want to talk about today. So that's just part one. So for me, I'm like, all right, I want romance in my life.
Yeah.
Period. I'm going to create romance in my life. And so when we found out that Jovi was going away, we're like, oh, cool.
Yes.
This will create an opportunity for us. So I wanted to go above and beyond. Dude, you and I have so much fun. We could have just went on a regular date.
Yeah.
And done our thing. But I was like, no, I'm wanting the vibe. I'm wanting to experience that thing. And so, if you want something, what do you have to do? You have to create the container for it. So I was like, dude, I love rose petals. I like them. And I like fucking in a rooftop jacuzzi. And I like doing it via candlelight.
Right.
And I like it with you.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this will be, what a perfect environment. But here's what happened. It takes effort to do that, right? You've got to go, and not a lot of effort.
I mean, how much was that? Not cost-wise, but how much time did you put into it? You just bought some candles and put some rose petals, but it's so much behind it.
Yeah, it made me an hour because I had to go drive and get the fucking petals or whatever. But what I'm saying is, even if it was an hour, most guys are driving 3, 4, 5 hours or jumping on a plane to go fuck their side piece just to feel desire, but they won't put even an hour worth of effort into their wife at home.
That's good.
So it's kind of it makes me want to talk about the enthusiasm versus entitlement thing that I think is really big. But that being said, here's how I felt. I felt like the standard. I was living up to my standard. If I want this thing, it's on me to create it. Here's the interesting thing. I wanted that rooftop romance. Let's call it rooftop romance, right?
Yeah.
I wanted rooftop romance. Who doesn't want rooftop romance? But if you would have created the rooftop romance, I wouldn't have been the leader. You would have been the leader.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
And were you feeling like I wasn't romantic enough, or I wasn't putting in effort? Pointing the finger before you thought, you know what, I'm going to step up and do it. Were you a little bit feeling like that?
No, not necessarily. But I always, if I don't feel like I'm getting something in my life, the first answer is, what the fuck am I doing about it?
That's good. Because people would be like, why aren't you doing enough?
Yeah.
You're not stepping up. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's the realization in doing it this weekend was okay, you're like, are you doing this because you want sex? And what did I tell you? I want sex, of course, but I'm unattached to how it turns out or what happened. And I want it with you because I think you're awesome. And I want to be romantic with you. The whole vibe was, I became radically unattached and needing an outcome because the standard I set.
That's good.
And that's the thing that I don't even know I understood the power of. Because once you do it, you're like, I'm the guy that's going to be in a fucking hot tub under the full moon with fake ass candles, with petals everywhere, with a beautiful naked woman who actually likes me. Where does that go wrong? It can't. So that's the thing. That's why it's and it turned out way better. And even when we went downstairs and all the shit we did downstairs, I wasn't expecting any of that. So really, it was a 12 out of 10 experience for me. But I was unattached to what it had to be because the feeling of being this guy who sets the standard is the best feeling on planet Earth.
I love that energy.
Yeah.
Unattached to the outcome. Because you're going to get what you want, but the neediness isn't there.
Gone.
Right.
And the way to bleed that neediness is by being the guy that does all the prep work to where the answer or the outcome is inevitable. That's why he doesn't have to feel any need. If I set all that thing up and you went and you had you were throwing fits and water's too warm and that moon is too bright and that candle is not a real candle and these petals are just too petally and this rooftop is just too romantic and sexy and I don't like any of it. Cool, leave. I'm going to make love to myself up here. This place is fucking romantic.
You're like, I've set the mood and something's happening.
I set the container, man. Yeah. But that is what it gave to me. The gift, and it wasn't you that gave it to me. It was me giving it to me. It was me creating the container. It was me stepping up, obviously because I love you. But ultimately, it's like, I want that to be my life. I want my life to have these moments in it. Okay, well, I'm going to create them.
Yeah.
And dude, you loved it.
Of course.
And you
stepped up, which I felt like I was like, not that I was pointing the finger or blaming or anything, but I was like, I need connection. I was feeling a little disconnected just from all the crazy life stuff that was happening.
And even you wanted to control a little bit.
I had a drink in me. That's what happens.
Well, but I love it. But most guys, they might set the container and then they'll let their wife come in and then just lead the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah, you got to relax me. And I, of course, I felt relaxed and I was having a good time. But at times, I'm so used to at home doing the things.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. Like, remind me.
Yeah. The best part was when you wanted to go turn the lights on.
Because the fun, colorful lights. Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, got it.
Yeah.
But it's these types of things. It's how did it make me feel? Well, it made me feel like the man. Because that's what the man does. He sets up the thing. Now, your reciprocity and your giving mentality and just who you are, I mean, I'm the luckiest man alive to experience that. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't think that unless I created the container.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, I'm a neglected, wilted plant motherfucker, and you want fruit off of this thing? Well, you might need to water me.
Yeah. I felt very watered.
Yeah. And then
all the way.
Yeah, and we had a couples massage the next morning. Oh, yeah, you knew that was coming. I mean, and I let you know, hey, this is what we got planned. And I didn't tell you what was happening. I just said, I planned something romantic. And you were like, what?
Yeah.
At first,
because I like to know.
Yeah, you're like, what? I'm like, it's going to be rooftop, and it's going to be a jacuzzi, and it's going to be fun. Let me handle the rest.
And then we rode our bikes to breakfast, which is so fun. I love doing that.
Yeah. The reason we're breaking this down for you guys is we want you to understand the principle of actually creating the container. If you don't create the container, if you go, I want to feel like I'm on a porn set, create a porn set. Create it.
That's what you did.
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, if you want to create, if you go, I'm imagining this, go create it.
Yeah.
Go create A. B, these are just great date ideas. Couples massage, man, you felt so loved and so appreciated because of that.
Yeah.
And that led to, before I went to go get Jovi, an extra we just stepped back in another puddle of pleasure. And we're like, oh, this is fucking fun. That's how the beginning of relationships, that's how they always feel.
Might I add that you were like, take a nap, I'm getting Jovi. I was like, okay. I'm like, submissive by then. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Take a nap. I'll go drive and get Jovi and I'll go do something with her. Hopefully you create a little more time. You just chill out. That's my day anyway with her. So whether I was driving to go get her or I was driving with her, didn't matter.
Yeah, it was nice.
But that's what feels better than even the rock star orgasms.
Mm-hmm. You being the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the man.
And it's a man with a standard, a man with a plan. Here's another thing that I thought was interesting. There's these two continuums. You've got, let's say, entitlement on this end, and you've got enthusiasm on this end. So a lot of guys are acting entitled. Hey, we're married, so give me sex.
Yeah.
And a good wife might just be like, okay, I'm not going to hold that from you. I'm going to give it to you. But she's not going to be radically connected and really into it.
No.
Because he is entitled thinking this. And so, but here's what happens. A man will act entitled, but want her to give him enthusiasm. Not realizing that he has to show up with enthusiasm to get enthusiasm. That's the key.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I want this for my life. I'm going to enthusiastically go after it. And I invited you into it. You're like, wow, that sounds a lot more fun than what I had planned. If not really, but you know what I mean? You're always inviting people. You're inviting your wife into a different container with enthusiasm. But most guys are entitled. I provide, I produce, I protect, where's my pussy? And it's entitled. And then they get in, she's not enthusiasm. So like, why aren't you enthusiastic? And she's like, because you're not.
Right.
Which is a huge fucking deal. And that's the question. I'm like, am I acting entitled? I do act entitled at times, especially since the way my life is set up. I've got somebody that does damn near almost everything for me. And so I don't ever want to get entitled and not be able to no, none of this is going to make me soft. I'm going to say radically in gratitude for everybody who helps me and tough and not soft. So huge stuff, but that shows up with enthusiasm.
Yep.
Got to show up with enthusiasm. And guess what? If you show up with enthusiasm and somebody's always entitled, why the fuck would you stay with them? So, speaking of stay with them, let's talk a little bit about husband guilt.
Okay, so on our way to our date, I was thinking women always have mom guilt for everything. Like I didn't show up for my kid here, or I work, or I can't take him here. And so, just all the little things. Did I spend enough time with my child? Am I raising them right? Just constantly in their head about mom guilt. And they might have guilt for other things too. Like, I didn't work out today. I didn't call my mom today, whatever the thing is. But how come we never hear about husband guilt?
Tell me more.
There's a standard which we wives should be living at. So you have a checklist for your children. Why don't you have a checklist for your husband? Has he had sex this week or twice a week? Whatever you guys have set for the standard. Have we connected daily? Are we going on our weekly date nights? But most women just don't feel husband guilt. So I just was like talking to you and it just was like coming out of me. I'm like, that's so crazy. Like you never hear women be like, oh, I feel so bad I didn't, meet my standard for my husband. Mostly when you hear women talk, you hear them like, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, which is probably true. But where is the accountability for the wives? It's not that I've consciously have thought these things, but I do love giving. So I'm good and bad and all the things in between sometimes. But when you show up the way you do, it makes me want to show up even better. I want to outlove you just because I have this loving, giving spirit. So I think that we should come up with something like whatever our relationship or someone's relationship, they should have somewhat of a standard to live at. So they don't have
like minimum things for a wife to at least think through every day.
Yeah, I think wives should talk to their husbands and be like, what do you want in this life? What do we both want? What's a standard you want weekly? And hit it. And then they could have some, I didn't meet my standard, whatever the case is, we're moving or kids or whatever. But they should have somewhat of a husband guilt. Then you won't fall, too far off.
Yeah. It's like two teammates having a standard.
Yeah.
Of going, hey, this is the culture of our marriage, is we both give 100%.
Yeah.
And show up as our best self.
They say like having guilt, whoever they is, don't have kid guilt or guilt for doing things. But I think it is somewhat of a good thing because it keeps me accountability to be a good mom. So if I have husband guilt, it'll keep me on track to be an amazing wife.
Yeah. What would a couple of those things be, just off the top of your head?
Well, like I was saying, like how many times a week do you want to have sex?
And if the guy says, I want it every day, what does the wife say?
Well, can't you do it every day? Is that, do you actually have the time to do that? Or, there should be an understanding of like periods or kids, or I have to wake up at 5 o'clock this morning. Can we do it? It just talk about life things happening. But if you had the time.
Well, who doesn't? I mean, we all have the same amount of time. So if nobody has or doesn't have the time. Well,
you left at what, 5 this morning?
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, can we not do it tonight? How about tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if we had an agreement, like we were going to do it every day, which we don't, but if we did, we'd be like, oh, when are we fitting? I think we'd be like, when are we fitting it in?
Yeah.
Or
if that was the agreement, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The if I have time, that one doesn't work for me.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You should talk about between your
Yeah.
relationship,
Yeah.
what that looks like, or a general at least idea, because you won't have any sort of guilt or standard or you went below or above
Yeah.
what you guys have set. So how do
Yeah.
you know you're doing a good job?
I don't know of any woman that does this.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I thought of it.
Yeah,
I was like,
well, I'm like that.
what's your standard?
It
You're
makes
saying what's your standard? Well, what's my standard?
yeah. Mine is the 5 dials, right? Like every
Yeah.
day I'm going to try and get these 5 dials because I don't want to get too far off.
Mhm.
I don't want to fall asleep. I want to stay awake, right? So I think this is almost like you could come up with like a 5 dial system for the women.
Yeah.
Like and it's not such like this specific thing, but it could be these particular areas.
Yeah.
Hey, how am I showing
You
up
can rate
emotionally?
yourself,
How am I
right.
showing up sexually? How am I showing up physically? How am I showing up? Like you could kind of what is dude? It's just the fuck. If you can get a woman to ask the one question, what is my standard that I'm not going to deviate from? Fuck, dude. That's powerful, man.
Yep. And just like men, you don't do well sometimes in some certain areas. And that's normal and that's human. But if you come to me and be like, I know I haven't been showing up in this area and I would really like to improve, like it has that communication flowing between us where I'm like, I saw that, I feel you, I see why, and I'm understanding, right? And we could both do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that when you put it out there, you're saying, I have to be accountable for this. I have to be accountable for this.
Like sometimes when we're not in a good spot and you ask me like on a date, I'm not like, no, like I say yes. And I'm like, I know it's good for us, but I'm not going to say no. I'll never say no.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, so when do you want to do it? Okay. And I show up. I try to have a good attitude. We get to talk about whatever's frustrating me or you, and then we get it out and talk about it. But I always know it's a good thing, right? So my standard is not saying no. It's just, yes, I'll show up. So certain things like that, right?
See, I think you're new. Yeah. Yeah. But what you said was interesting. You said, I show up with a good attitude. That's got to be a standard.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a guy just shows up and go, yeah, I know you want to emotionally connect and you need to talk, so go ahead and talk.
Oof.
You'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you.
But that would be like, well, I'm here to check my check. Check my checkbox. I got to talk. So we got to talk. So talk.
I'd be like, that's not checking it. That's Xing it. You did not do it well.
But if you say, I'll say yes to go on a date and I'll show up. It's like, well, show up with a good attitude.
No, you have to show up with a good attitude.
Yeah, but
and be
I'm
open.
glad you said that, though, because it's a different energy. But I do
sometimes have to work through it. Like, I know it's coming up. I'm really frustrated in this area, but here's all my talking points. I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about it nicely. I'm going to have a drink in me, put some food in me. I'm going to be in a good mood. I'm going to show up enthusiastic.
Hotel Laguna, Elfin, middle table overlooking the windows, gummies, espresso martini, lobster bake roll, and a kettle and soda water with lemon. And it's the best conversation.
Yep. That's our recipe.
That is the recipe. We go there.
Yeah.
All right, give me espresso martini. Because it gets me this, there's this pocket I get in where we can talk about fucking anything.
Yeah.
Anything. And what was really cool this week is we got to reach out and we got to bless Kaylee. Here's another
that
thing.
was so cute.
Well, here was the vibe for me is I've been a pastor for my whole life, basically. You know what I mean? So I've always been like wanting to help people and teach people and, watch people thrive and grow and do their thing. But when our waitress comes up and we just get to, work and talk about what she's working through, and then to have her cry and be like, God, I was so glad you guys showed up. I'm used to that because that happens to me almost everywhere I go. It doesn't always happen when you and I go because most people leave us alone because we're obviously on a date.
Yeah.
But when that happens and we get to do it together, that's like joy for me, man.
She was like, I want to cry. She got all teary.
It's so cute, man.
She's like, I was going to call out too. And I so needed this. It was really nice.
But when we get to do that together,
Yeah.
that's my favorite. Because it's like we get to...
Our 1-2 punch.
Yeah, we're like sharing our love with somebody else. And like, yeah, this is... And basically, we were just telling her she's rad.
Yeah.
You're rad. Whatever you've done, fucking get over it. Past doesn't mean anything. We'll just
That was
move
cool.
on. Yeah. That's when we're at our best. So... I love it. Well, we got a segment over here. You ready to play a game? Or anything else? Anything else you want to say about husband guilt?
No, I feel good about all that. It just came to me, which was so wild. I was like,
Yeah.
remember, I was just a husband guilt. No one has husband guilt. It's wild.
And which led to, do any wives actually have any wife standards?
No, they just point the finger, which fairly enough, you are the leader. But I want to mirror you. And when you're amazing, I want to be just as amazing.
Hard to meet up to my amazingness, huh?
With those rose petals is awesome.
See?
I think I showed up nicely.
Oh, golly, dude.
Okay.
That was a 12 out of 10.
There you go.
All right. In today's segment, Jesse and I are playing How Deep Will You Go? That's what you were asking the other night. A game that pushes us to open up and go beyond surface level conversation. Me and Jesse will take turns drawing a card and answering the question on the card. Each card challenges us to share what's really underneath, the stuff most people avoid. All right.
So I read the card and I answer it, or you answer
It's
it?
level 1 icebreaker. I think I read one and you answer, and then you read one and I answer it.
Okay.
You can go first if you want. If you want to answer first, or do you want to ask first?
Whatever.
Well, tell us what you want.
I'll ask you.
Perfect. Then I'll answer first.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's one big thing you want to change about yourself?
I am this close to getting rid of all religious indoctrination of fear, guilt, and shame that has been like my whole life. And I'm this fucking close to like being out of it altogether. I feel like 99% there. But there's that last little thread, and that's what I would like to, I'm going to continue to work on getting rid of all that.
Nice.
Yeah. Beautiful. Level 1 icebreaker. When do you feel most at peace?
When I know Jovi is thriving, number 1. And you and I are in a really good spot like this weekend, I'm very peaceful then. When I feel like you have put love and thought into me, and then Jovi is just thriving and I know she's having a good time, that is my pocket of peace right there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
What's a core memory you have?
Probably one of my favorites. I think I've mentioned this a time or two. I went 4 for 4. And I was in a league. I was playing Upper League baseball. Division older than me, and I went 4 for 4. And my dad was like, "Dude, you're such a baseball stud. You want to go rent a movie?" And we went and rented Major League.
Blockbuster?
We rented. It was just kind of like that, but it was like, there was like used to be like mom and pop ones back then. Yeah. So it's probably you were about 2. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that one, I remember my dad being so proud of me.
Aw,
Yeah.
That's nice. My turn.
All right. I'm going to go with a level 2 confession.
Oh, okay.
Level 2 confession. Or did you put them in order like they were? Okay.
No, I moved mine
All
too.
right. What is your biggest struggle right now?
Jovi. Getting her schedule and situation where she's thriving, lockdown.
Got it.
It consumes my brain.
Your sciatica's healed though.
Oh my God, that was 2 months. If anyone knows what that feels like, it was 2 months of constant pain every day, and it then just went away.
Like literally you're healed.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Anymore. I'm so happy for you.
And nothing happened either. That was wild. Anyways, when Jovi's thriving.
Beautiful.
Yeah. What's the first thing you think of when you say, I love?
Oh, so much just came to my mind.
Oh.
So,
it's his first thing, so.
My grandma Frances came up.
Aww.
The second thing that came up was how interesting the word love is. And we use it for everything. I love cheeseburgers. I love cocktail potions. I love your tits. Like, I love your glasses. I love this man cave. Like, that can't all be the same. And so, growing up, I learned that in other languages, they had a lot of different other words for love. So you have like a brotherly love. You have which we would get the word Philadelphia, which is brotherly love.
Oh.
You get the word erotic from the word called eros, which is an erotic love. You get the word, like agape, which is an unconditional love, like probably only a creator could have for its creation, maybe like a mom for a kid. And there's other ones as well, but the word love, I think is such a bad.
Yeah, we use it for everything.
We use it for fucking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the 2 things. Those are the first 2 things that came up for me.
Nice.
What's a thought you can never seem to escape?
Like in a negative way?
It just says, what's a thought you can never seem to escape?
My brother. You know, he passed, so it consumes me at times. But like, I think of him every day. So
What do you think mainly? Like, oh, what do you think of
it
this?
just depends, honestly. Like, I think of happy things, or he would have loved that rock movie, right? And then sometimes I'm like, I wouldn't be going here alone. I would be going with him because he loved this, like I love, like, or just things. Like, it just depends on the moment. But
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of that rock movie, The Smashing Machine, holy fuck, what an incredible movie that was.
It was really good.
Like, what an incredible fucking movie.
He did really good.
If you are a guy, you need to go watch it.
Yeah.
It's very eye-opening. And the way that the two best friends speak to each other in that hospital bed were like, holy shit, I cried.
There you go. There it is.
Twice. Because I feel that way about my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
you love them?
I love them.
Yeah.
I like them. I love them. I want them. All right, my turn.
Okay. If there's something you've been waiting to let out, let it out.
Oh, I wish I had a fart on demand right there.
Oh my God.
That would have been fucking epic.
No, there it is.
Let it out. No, I'm pretty good about saying what the fuck I want to say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So pick another one. Just kidding. All right.
Okay, you go.
There we go. Icebreaker. If you could compliment yourself, what would you say, Jessie Joy?
I like how when I don't feel like it, I still get up and do the things I have to do.
Ooh.
I really like that about myself. I just, even though sometimes I feel like a robot, I just do the things.
What would you call that?
Living at a standard.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have called it discipline.
Yeah.
Doing what you say you're going to do, even, but living in a standard, same thing. That's a beautiful, you are actually really good at that.
Thank you.
Damn. Okay, here we go. Describe
your favorite moment in life. How does it feel now?
I still get off on the fact that I did that show in front of 650 people at Brea Improv that one time when you and Gene and all those people came and all your family came.
My family came, yeah.
That was like the big first comedy show that I did, and I actually did really good.
You did.
In front of that many people.
That was fun.
And I keep looking back because I remember how daunting that seemed. I mean, stand-up comedy is so fucking hard. But then to actually go up and to actually crush in front of 650 people, and family and friends were all there to root me on because it was my first like big show. I still look back and I go, fuck, that was one of the hardest things I ever did. Not that show, but it was getting ready for that show, like to actually have shit that's, I've done enough small shows where I'm like, I know I'm going to get laughs, and then to go do it.
You did the Comedy Store too with all our friends and family.
Yeah, but this one was the first one. And it was 650 people. Like Comedy Store is just smaller amount.
Smaller room, yeah.
Cooler venue.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, be performing the same night, same, like basically time as Joe Rogan and Sebastian Maniscalco. That's pretty fucking
It was amazing,
epic.
Yeah.
But the other one was the first. It was the biggest. It was like that thing. And that one I was like, I can do this. I already knew I could do it, but when I did it at that level, I was like, I can do this.
That was a fun season.
Yeah, and tiring. Remember how tired I was? I mean,
you were gone.
That's such a late night game.
Yeah.
That is such a late night game. So, all right, here we go.
All right, last one.
Describe a memory that feels like a movie, and you can't say this weekend.
I think I've talked about this one other time because I remember thinking of it. There was this time in my brother's backyard where like my whole family and all the kids and cousins and everyone was running around, and I whispered to my mom, I was like, this is the days, these are the days, like remember this moment. And we were just like panning, kids on the swings. It was just so cute. We were playing, that toss the thing. What's that called?
Yeah, the Joe Biden cornhole. Yeah, toss the thing.
Yeah.
The thing. Toss the thing.
So that I just love that memory so much.
Yeah. I think I remember you telling me about that time and how it hit you. Did any of my answers shock you today?
No. Mm-mm.
Did it reveal anything to you today?
No, we talk a lot.
Yeah. I wonder how well they would have, like, how the guys would be doing with these questions with their wives, or if not, like if they would get them right or not, but like, do they do this or not?
So Jordan, our guy here,
our producer,
he said he played this with his girlfriend. And I do love these games for couples because it just gets them talking and flowing. And you take a minute where I listen to you and then you listen to me, right? So it gets like someone hold the stick and you get to talk and you get to be heard. And you also learn something about your partner. So like in general, I love these games for couples. Like if you're not feeling connected, I truly believe that they should just start with this and a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Like, and you'll have an amazing night.
That's a good point. Yeah, I love doing these games too. I don't know that I learned much from you, but I always like hearing about it, and I like hearing the different things. I'm really glad.
And you feel connected, right? I can see your face like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're connected, right?
Right?
No, definitely connected. And we've done these on the show like this before and highly encouraged. We've had people like go and get them. We used to have the packs laying around here somewhere. It really helps guys that aren't good at conversations.
Yes, because a lot of men aren't. You know what would be fun too is ask questions about like their future, because a lot of your goals and future thoughts can change, and they think by asking one time they're done. But when you ask like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, or where do you see us going? Do you have a vision?
How about you? Well, let's hear that from you.
Oh, well, I see our podcast getting bigger, you on more stages, traveling with you, me, and Jovi to go to your little speeches. Like I just see us and what we do at a bigger aspect. We have more staff and maybe a bigger office. So just exciting. Like
growth.
Yeah.
You see growth.
I do.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Heck yeah. I when we do this podcast, people are listening in on us talking, right? And at first I was like, do they really want to hear us talk? Why would they want to hear us talk?
Right.
But the more and more I've coached these guys, I realize they don't even know what a good husband and a good wife talking like. They've not experienced it, or they haven't experienced it in a long time.
Yeah.
They probably used to talk to their spouse this way, but they haven't in a long time. And that's, it's kind of mind-blowing to me that how simple the stuff we teach is, and yet how profound it actually is if you actually do it. Like for example, you even said, what are we doing for, what do you want to do for date night this week? I need to think about it because I really want to put thought into it because I want to go on a really fucking epic date. I don't want to just do the same thing. I want to go on an epic date. Most guys aren't thinking that way. They're like, why doesn't she want to go on an epic date? Why doesn't she? No, I'm going to create something awesome. I don't know what it is just yet, but I'm going to create something awesome. I got a couple ideas. So that again is that energy of having the standard. I'm going to say another standard that I think guys should actually get comfortable with that would really help them in their life. And that is almost acting as if they're single. Don't be entitled that your wife will do anything for you. You still will heat my meals up and every once in a while, and I love it. I know that you actually enjoy it too. If I could tell you like, I'm exhausted, I'll just go make it myself. It don't matter. But that energy.
How was your dinner last night?
Mm-hmm.
Made the best steak ever.
Yeah, you did.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's fucking epic, dude. Epic. So it's this energy of, imagine you were single and you had to take care of yourself. What would you do? Imagine you're a single parent. What would you do? And I think this is a piece that a lot of guys miss, especially on the parenting one, where they just, well, she's got it. And I've fallen trapped in that over and over and over again, like, well, she's got it, as if you're the only fucking parent.
Yep.
And that has got to be absolutely annoying, agonizing, and downright just exhausting.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. That's why because she's like my biggest concern, and because I am a stay-at-home mom, and I love to nurture and hang out with her and make her like the best person. But it does feel exhausting because I'm so involved. You're like, she'll figure it out. She's got it, right? But when I have a teammate, I can talk to you and bounce off things and rely on you for some certain things I can't do.
Yeah.
And I like when you're involved.
All right, there you have it. There's some date night ideas for you, but ultimately ideas for what standard you should be living at and what container you should be creating. And if it sounds like, God, Keith, all you're ever doing is harping on the guy, yeah, that's right, crybaby. That's right. You're the fucking leader. You're the leader of your business. You're the leader of everything in your life. And if you don't like the result, then go look at the leader and slap him around the face a little bit and go, what the fuck is your problem? Why aren't you hitting the standard? Why aren't you doing the thing? And most guys don't know what the fuck that is. So I'm not blaming you and I'm not harping on you, but I am telling you it is your fault, blame. And I'm helping you to wake up, harping, so that you actually fucking get what you want. I'm a dude that's just like you who wants radical passion, sex, lust, love, enthusiasm, energy, positivity, all of that in my relationship. And guess who it's on? It's on me. Once I really understood that, and still am understanding that day after day, you get what you want. But until then, if you are always just showing up entitled, you're going to have a wife that's going to act entitled back to you, and you're not going to like it. So be the change you want to see in the world. You are only going to attract what you actually are. So how do you become that guy? Well, you can go get our book at marriedgamebook.com, or you can go to marriedgame.com, watch a short video, and jump on the phone with myself or one of our team and help you get where you want to go. So with that being said, keep crushing it, because that shit is contagious.